The pyramids of Giza stand as timeless monuments of an ancient civilization. In 1798, they became witnesses to one of the most ambitious military campaigns in history, Napoleon's Egyptian expedition. Napoleon Bonaparte, a rising star of the French Revolution, embarked on a journey across the Mediterranean. But was his goal truly conquest or something far deeper? On the shores of Alexandria, Napoleon's army made its presence known. But this was no ordinary invasion. It was the start of a grand experiment. Egypt, the cradle of one of the world's oldest civilizations, held untold mysteries. Did Napoleon seek to uncover its secrets or use them to cement his own legend? Historians remain divided. Was this campaign a bold quest for knowledge or a calculated ploy to distract from Europe's turmoil? Napoleon's vision was grand. He saw himself as a modern Alexander, a conqueror destined to bring glory to France and redefine the course of history. Alongside his army, Napoleon brought scholars and scientists. Their mission? To catalog the wonders of Egypt. But was this pursuit of knowledge genuine? Napoleon's forces clashed with the powerful Mamluk cavalry. The sands of Egypt were stained with blood. Was this truly liberation or an act of imperialism? For the people of Egypt, the French arrival was anything but welcome. Liberation meant little to those whose lives were disrupted. Napoleon stood before the Sphinx, an ancient enigma. Did he see himself as its equal figure of timeless power? Soldiers, from these pyramids, 40 centuries looked down upon you. These words inspired many, but did they mask darker motives? To uncover the true intent behind Napoleon's Egyptian campaign, we must step back to examine the political turmoil of Europe. Under the blistering sun, Napoleon's army pushed forward. But did they underestimate the harsh realities of the desert? The majesty of Egypt captivated many who arrived. But for Napoleon, it was a stage to project his ambitions onto eternity. The Mamluks, Egypt's elite warriors, were formidable opponents. Could Napoleon's modern army truly outmatch their strength and legacy? In letters sent back to France, Napoleon described Egypt as both a challenge and an opportunity. But how much of his vision was rooted in reality? Napoleon's scholars meticulously recorded Egypt's treasures, contributing to knowledge that would reshape European understanding of the ancient world. Strategic disagreements emerged within Napoleon's camp. Could these cracks in leadership have foretold the campaign's ultimate fate? The artifacts of Egypt fascinated the French. But was this scientific curiosity, or a form of cultural appropriation under the guise of discovery? To understand the Egyptian campaign, we must look beyond Egypt itself to the power struggles of Europe and Napoleon's ambitions back home. By 1798, Europe was in chaos. Revolutionary France faced coalitions of monarchies determined to crush its ideals. But France had plans to shift the balance of power. Britain remained France's greatest enemy, its navy controlling the seas and threatening French trade routes. How could Napoleon counter such dominance? Napoleon proposed an audacious plan to strike at British interests by taking control of Egypt, a vital link to India and the East. French leaders were intrigued. Could conquering Egypt weaken Britain and elevate France's status as a global power? Napoleon's charisma was undeniable. He convinced the government and his generals that Egypt was not just a military target, but a gateway to history. Napoleon assembled an army of over 35,000 men, along with a fleet of 300 ships. But could such an operation succeed in uncharted territory? In Paris, reactions were mixed. Some hailed Napoleon as a hero, while others feared the risks of such a distant campaign. By May 1798, Napoleon's army was ready. The fleet set sail from Toulon, embarking on a journey that would change history. But the British were not idle. Admiral Horatio Nelson, one of history's greatest naval commanders, was already on Napoleon's trail. Napoleon's fleet faced treacherous waters and the constant threat of British pursuit. Could they reach Egypt unscathed? As Napoleon approached Alexandria, he knew this ancient city would be his first foothold in the land of the pharaohs. The stage was set. Napoleon's grand expedition had begun. But what challenges awaited him in the land of ancient kings? Across Europe, Napoleon's Egyptian ambitions were met with intrigue and caution. Could this be a game-changing strategy or a reckless gamble? Egypt was more than a land of monuments. Its strategic location and thriving trade made it an economic jewel for any empire. Control over Egypt would disrupt Britain's most valuable colony, India. The collision of two worlds, Napoleon's modern army and Egypt's ancient traditions, would set the tone for this audacious campaign. "We are here to liberate Egypt from tyranny," Napoleon declared. But were these words sincere or calculated propaganda? Religion was central to Egypt's identity. How would Napoleon's secular ideals clash with the deeply spiritual culture he encountered? Back in Europe, Napoleon's ambitions strained France's fragile alliances. Was Egypt worth the risk of alienating potential allies? Napoleon's soldiers were some of the finest in Europe. Could their skill and loyalty overcome the harsh realities of Egypt? Nelson's relentless pursuit of Napoleon's fleet added a dangerous new dimension to the campaign. Would he catch them before they reached Egypt? Napoleon understood the power of the press. He carefully controlled the narrative, portraying his campaign as a noble pursuit. As Napoleon's forces landed in Egypt, they braced for their first encounter with the Mamluks. The campaign's true test was about to begin. For the Egyptian people, the arrival of Napoleon's army marked the beginning of a turbulent and uncertain chapter. With Egypt in sight, Napoleon's grand adventure was just beginning. But how would he fare against the challenges of this ancient land? Napoleon's forces landed in Alexandria, quickly establishing their foothold. But the challenges ahead were daunting. The French encountered fierce resistance from the Mamluks, who fought valiantly to defend their land. Despite the resistance, Napoleon secured a swift victory in Alexandria, paving the way for his march further inland. The journey across the desert was grueling. Scorching heat and limited supplies tested the resilience of Napoleon's army. With each step into the desert, the lack of resources became more apparent. How long could Napoleon sustain his forces? Napoleon sought to win the support of local Egyptians, but was this collaboration genuine? or a means to an end. As Napoleon approached the pyramids, he prepared for one of the most iconic battles of his career. The Mamluks charged fiercely, but Napoleon's disciplined formations proved unstoppable. This was a decisive victory. While victorious, the cost of battle was clear. Was Napoleon's conquest worth the price paid on both sides? With Cairo under French control, Napoleon turned his attention to consolidating power and stabilizing his foothold in Egypt. Napoleon sought to portray himself as a liberator and friend of Egypt, but could his actions match his words? Resistance flared in Cairo as locals opposed the French occupation. How would Napoleon maintain control? In the Bay of Awaken, Admiral Nelson dealt Napoleon a devastating blow, destroying much of the French fleet and cutting off their retreat. With the fleet gone, Napoleon and his army were stranded in Egypt. Could they still achieve their goals, or was retreat inevitable? The Ottoman Empire, allied with Britain, launched a campaign to expel the French. Napoleon now faced a formidable new enemy. At Jaffa, Napoleon demonstrated both his military prowess and his controversial mentality. The siege became a defining moment of the campaign. Disease ravaged Napoleon's army, further weakening their ability to sustain the campaign. The once mighty force now faced a silent enemy. Despite setbacks, Napoleon continued to push forward, seeking opportunities to reshape the course of his campaign. Napoleon's ambitions extended beyond Egypt. Could he turn his sights to Jerusalem and cement his legacy as a world-changing leader? At Awaken, Napoleon delivered a final, decisive victory, but the cost of the campaign had taken its toll on his army and his ambitions. Back in France, Napoleon's victories were celebrated, but the true cost of the campaign remained hidden from public view. With the campaign unsustainable, Napoleon made the difficult decision to withdraw his forces from Egypt. As Napoleon departed, he left behind a complex legacy blend of triumph, tragedy, and ambition. The expedition brought new knowledge to Europe, but at what cost? The scars of war remained etched in the sands of Egypt. Napoleon's Egyptian campaign was over, but its consequences would shape his destiny and the fate of Europe for years to come. With no fleet and dwindling resources, Napoleon held one last council to determine the future of his forces in Egypt. For the soldiers, Egypt was a land of endless challenges. Was their sacrifice part of a greater vision or a misguided venture? For the people of Egypt, the expedition was both an intrusion and an opportunity to showcase their rich heritage to the world. Back in France, Napoleon's return was met with adulation. Despite the campaign's setbacks, he was hailed as a hero who had dared to dream. While the Egyptian campaign ended, its contributions to science and culture lived on, shaping history in ways Napoleon could never have imagined. Napoleon's expedition was not just military. It included a brigade of over 160 scholars, scientists, and artists determined to study Egypt's treasures. For the first time, Europe gained detailed insights into Egypt's ancient monuments, inspiring awe and sparking curiosity across the continent. The scholars meticulously documented Egypt's history, laying the foundation for modern Egyptology. The discovery of the Rosetta Stone in 1799 became the key to deciphering ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, unlocking the secrets of a lost civilization. Interactions between French scholars and Egyptians highlighted a blend of mutual curiosity and cultural tension. French cartographers created the first detailed maps of Egypt, providing a clearer understanding of its geography. Amidst the chaos of war, French scientists continued their work, bridging the gap between destruction and discovery. The findings of Napoleon's scholars culminated in the monumental publication Description de l'Égypte, a treasure trove of knowledge. Egypt's rediscovery influenced European art, sparking a fascination with ancient aesthetics that defined the neoclassical era. The Rosetta Stone revolutionized the understanding of ancient Egypt, allowing scholars to decode hieroglyphs and unlock a lost history. The scholars documented Egypt's unique flora and fauna, contributing to Europe's understanding of biodiversity in the region. Through detailed illustrations, French artists preserved the grandeur of Egypt's ancient architecture for future generations. The expedition also advanced scientific tools and techniques, laying the groundwork for future archaeological expeditions. Napoleon saw science as a tool to strengthen his legacy, blending military conquest with intellectual discovery. The expedition recorded Egypt's vibrant culture, offering a glimpse into traditions that had survived for centuries. The findings from Egypt inspired innovations in France, influencing urban planning, architecture, and engineering. French scholars exchanged ideas with Islamic clerics, bridging cultural divides and fostering intellectual dialogue. The work initiated during Napoleon's campaign laid the foundation for Egyptology as a formal field of study. The discoveries enriched French education, inspiring a generation of students to explore the mysteries of ancient civilizations. For the people of Egypt, the expedition was both an intrusion and an opportunity to showcase their rich heritage to the world. The knowledge gathered in Egypt spread rapidly across Europe, captivating the public and academia alike. Egypt's rediscovery during Napoleon's campaign sparked a global fascination, influencing art and architecture worldwide. After changing hands, the Rosetta Stone found a new home in the British Museum, becoming a symbol of Egypt's enduring legacy. The lessons from Napoleon's scholars continue to inspire modern archaeology, connecting past and present in the search for knowledge. While the Egyptian campaign ended, its contributions to science and culture lived on, shaping history in ways Napoleon could never have imagined. Despite the challenges of the Egyptian campaign, Napoleon returned to France as a celebrated hero, his reputation bolstered by tales of conquest and discovery. The campaign was a strategic gamble. While it failed militarily, it reshaped France's geopolitical ambitions and highlighted the importance of global influence. The scientific findings from Egypt reverberated across Europe, igniting a new era of exploration and study in archaeology and history. Napoleon's campaign sparked a fascination with Egypt, leading to an influx of explorers and the beginning of modern Egyptology. Egyptian aesthetics permeated European culture, influencing art, architecture, and even music for decades to come. The campaign shifted geopolitical dynamics, with European powers re-evaluating their strategies and alliances in the Middle East. For France, the campaign underscored the challenges of overextending military ambitions. Could they adapt their strategies for future conflicts? The Rosetta Stone became a symbol of cultural discovery, bridging ancient civilizations with the modern world. The campaign's legacy extended beyond France, inspiring global interest in the study of ancient cultures. Napoleon's Egyptian campaign left an indelible mark on history, a blend of ambition, failure, and enduring legacy. The campaign's academic contributions formed the foundation of Egyptology, a discipline that continues to evolve today. The removal of Egypt's treasures sparked debates about cultural ownership that resonate even in modern times. Scientific methods pioneered during Napoleon's campaign paved the way for new discoveries in archaeology and history. Egypt's influence on art and design remains vibrant, blending ancient motifs with contemporary aesthetics. For Egypt, the campaign was both an awakening to European influence and a challenge to its sovereignty and cultural identity. The Rosetta Stone remains a cornerstone of linguistic study, connecting ancient Egypt to modern scholarship. From Champollion to modern archaeologists, Napoleon's scholars inspired generations of explorers and researchers. The campaign's legacy influenced not just scholarship, but also the political dynamics of the Middle East in the centuries to come. Despite its grand ambitions, the Egyptian campaign left behind stories of hardship, loss, and the enduring resilience of its participants. The campaign highlighted the need for preservation, inspiring global efforts to protect Egypt's irreplaceable heritage. Napoleon's Egyptian campaign remains a polarizing topic, celebrated for its contributions and criticized for its consequences. The lessons of Napoleon's campaign serve as a reminder of the complexities of ambition, culture, and global influence. With new tools and perspectives, the study of ancient Egypt continues to reveal secrets once thought lost to time. Napoleon's vision extended beyond battlefields. His Egyptian campaign remains a testament to the enduring interplay of war, culture, and discovery. The echoes of Napoleon's Egyptian campaign continue to resonate, reminding us of the enduring legacy of human curiosity and ambition. Napoleon's Egyptian campaign remains one of history's most ambitious, blending military conquest with scientific exploration. While the military objectives were largely unmet, the campaign reshaped France's global standing and left a lasting cultural impact. The campaign laid the groundwork for Egyptology, turning Egypt into a focal point of global historical and scientific research. For Napoleon, science was as powerful as military might, a tool to assert dominance and inspire progress. In Egypt, the campaign is remembered with mixed feelings, both as an intrusion and as a moment of cultural recognition. The Egyptian campaign was a turning point, shaping not only Napoleon's destiny, but also the trajectory of European imperialism. Was the campaign a genuine pursuit of knowledge, or a thinly veiled attempt at imperial domination? The artifacts brought to Europe shaped global perceptions of ancient Egypt, sparking a wave of Egyptomania. Napoleon understood that knowledge and culture could be as influential as armies in shaping global power dynamics. The Egyptian campaign was a stepping stone, one that revealed both Napoleon's genius and his human flaws. The Egyptian campaign marked a shift in European geopolitics, forcing nations to reevaluate their positions in the Middle East. Napoleon's campaign inspired scientific curiosity, leading to technological advancements that revolutionized archaeology. From neoclassical art to modern design, Egyptian motifs continue to inspire creativity worldwide. For many Egyptians, the campaign symbolizes both loss and the enduring strength of their culture. For the French soldiers, the campaign was a test of endurance, a journey filled with both triumphs and sacrifices. Centuries later, the Egyptian campaign remains a topic of debate. Was it a step forward for humanity or a costly imperialistic venture? Napoleon's ambition drove him to greatness, but it also revealed his limits and the cost of overreaching. The Egyptian campaign has been romanticized, criticized, and reinterpreted, showing how history evolves with time. The scientific legacy of the campaign endures, pushing the boundaries of our understanding of ancient civilizations. Napoleon's Egyptian campaign serves as a cautionary tale about the balance between ambition and practicality. Thanks to the foundation laid centuries ago, the study of Egypt continues to evolve, uncovering mysteries hidden for millennia. From cinema to gaming, ancient Egypt remains a captivating theme, fueled by the stories unearthed during Napoleon's time. The Egyptian campaign is both a story of ambition and a reminder of the resilience of those who endured it. Napoleon's Egyptian campaign reminds us that history is a bridge connecting the lessons of yesterday with the possibilities of tomorrow. The legacy of the Egyptian campaign endures not just as history, but as a testament to the unyielding human quest for knowledge.